Okay, I've got my books all bound. So now we're going to do the covers of them. Don't they look great? And what I have done, I've got 3 different color binders that I ended up using. And so I've kind of done a mixture of different tops and the bottoms. And I already showed you how I did these in Sure Cuts a lot. So let's see. We'll do one of the cream ones. And I'm going to use a paper strip that I cut these well, I think I showed you that on the Sure Cuts a lot too. We cut these out. They were like 3/4 inches and right at 6 inches long. But instead of just using them plain, I thought it would be nice to emboss them. And kind of trying to decide if I want to use the vines or, let's see, this is a Cuttlebug and this is a Sizzix embossing folder. And I'm kind of thinking I like this, especially with, let me show you the ribbon that I'm going to be using. This is one of the ribbons, and then I also have it, this is the black, and I have it in the brown, and since it's kind of got leaves on it, and maybe that one will be kind of cool, so we'll use that. So, and I have the Sizzix Texture Boutique. I just wanted something just to do some embossing, so I don't have the Cuttlebug, but you put it together similarly. You put your piece of paper into your folder, close it. You've got 3 boards. You leave the little plastic, the white one, in the middle, lay this on top, layer that, put them all together, and then you just put it into your Sizzix and you turn. There we go. And like magic, then you take out your piece of paper and it has your embossing on it. So it just adds a lot of dimension to your project. And I like it because this one doesn't take up a lot of room on my desk. It just kind of sits in the corner. So now I'll have the paper there. And it looks just a lot nicer than just a plain strip of paper. So that piece is done. And let's see, I think on this one I'll use the green and let's see, green and gold, or do I want to stick with the bronze on that one? Might stick, Don't you love the creative process? We'll go with the gold. Alright, and I've got a title and my ribbon. Okay. So first, let's just put a little bit of tape on the back. Make sure I've got the edges real good. And approximate the center of the book. There we go. Now, I'm going to use some zip dry paper glue, and it dries really quick, so you have to be quick and careful with it. Just to get the label glued on the back, and because I have such a small little area here, I need a thin applicator. Lay it over so I can see. So I want to make sure I cover up all the printing that was on the edges that were my lines. Alright, had to change my tape out. I was at the end. Alright, so I'm going to tape the back of it. But I don't want to run tape across this because I don't want the tape to show through. So I'm going to use a little bit of this zip dry. Whoops, and I should have corked it. Okay. Since I've got this kind of smaller cutout area, Alrighty. And I am going to put a little push pin in that to keep it from drying quickly. Okay. Now we place that on top. So I've got my little name, the little title plaque. So let's flip it over, and I'm going to use, you know, you can use pop dots, you can use all kinds of things for this. I'm going to actually be using these, I found these at Michael's the other day, adhesive dots, and they're 3D, and what I like about them is that they have got the little plastic sheets on both sides. So if you can see over here, I already have all my pieces cut for my big stack of cookbooks that I have here. So I have a lot of these cookbooks to do. This way I can go ahead and get all of these made. I can go ahead and put the glues on the back of them, and I can keep going without stopping, without having to go ahead and place them on, because all I have to do is just tear off one little piece of the plastic, put the dot where I want it, and then leave that plastic there until I get ready to apply the entire thing to my cover. And then I would just pull that piece off. So that way I can do a lot at one time. So let's go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and show you this one all the way through though. And since this is a cookbook, I'm probably going to put a little extra of these on than if I were just making a card, because this will be used, I hope. Alright, and now I could just put it aside and make more of these, but we'll go ahead and peel this off now and show you what we're going to do. Alright, and I can go straight up and down, or I can kind of turn it. Cameraman, which do you like better, straight up and down or turned? You're kind of symmetrical, so you like it. He likes it. He's a techie, so he likes it symmetrical. Alright, there we go. Alright, so what I'm going to do here is just take a piece of ribbon, and one of the nice things is if I'm doing a lot of these at one time, I can go ahead and have all my ribbon cut. Alright, so you just want to tie your ribbon into a knot. Let's see, I think I'll go this way. And I'll get my better scissors in a second and trim those edges. And there we go.